exploring remarkable
And you know
figures,
what? He was more gangster
Alexander's
than like
brilliance,
all the
and 50
big
Cent's diverse
brawlers. He was
genius
like more.
and
Not he
loyalty.
had size to him,
Yeah,
but he was more. I mean, you look at him. If you looked at him today, he'll be looked at as frail, kind
yeah.
of.
So would you like become like a I want to say a Alexander the Great admirer, but what drew like that one specific like historical figure?
What do I think of him?
I mean, what drew
Oh,
you
what
to
drew me
him?
to
Yeah,
him? His sheer. I mean, at number one, absolutely is his fearlessness. Um, he just wasn't scared. He was insane. I mean, he didn't register like fear the same way that the normal person would. Um, and a lot like Napoleon, he was a strategic genius. I mean, he wasn't like a brute. I mean, there were times where he would brute
yeah,
force, like certain battles, but he wasn't just like a dumb brute, like charge at you, like kind of general. That he was very strategic. He um he was very intelligent. He was a well put together person. Like he was athletically fit and he was I mean he grew up under philosophers. I mean we're talking about a very well-rounded person.
yeah. I mean, his father Philip did a lot for him too, right? I think
Yeah.
he had a good father figure.
Yeah. Yeah. Um oh you do know about Alexander.
Not as much as you, I'm sure.
But yeah, so you know that's interesting because he grew up with a dad that was the man.
Mhm.
You know, and I wondered to what degree that played a role, like how much of that was nature versus nurture.
Yeah, and it's like Marcus Aurelius. People don't know this, but like I can't remember the emperor before Marcus Aurelius, but so for some reason he saw some Marcus Aurelius. Said, I want to make this. I'm gonna adopt this guy, make him my grandson. But until then, I'm gonna name this other guy the emperor, right? Thinking this other guy's gonna die like in 4 years. He's like in the 70s.
Mhm.
Well, the 70-year-old dude actually lived for 20 more years, and so from the time I think Marcus was like 12 to 32, he was like like an understudy for this emperor, right? So he had like a pretty much a 20-year internship how to be emperor, right?
Mm,
So I think that probably played a role in like how great people think he was as emperor
mm.
versus a lot of bad emperors or Romans like like they became emperor at 13 years old with all this power like that shit crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Back to Alexander. One was his fearlessness, and then I want to re-highlight like just how well-rounded he was. Because you know that's part of the reason why I retired from track. Because I mean I did it, you know, I kind of, you know, I can kind of see the ceiling.
He didn't want to be like a one trick pony, so to speak.
Correct. And, you know, when I looked around or would talk to my peers, at least they saw themselves as my peers, um, I didn't get the depth that, you know, I was quite looking for. I didn't quite feel comfortable like just being bunched up like intellectually with like that crowd. And I just felt like this doesn't get me closer to the person that I want to be like, you know, when it's all said and done. So I just felt like my time was up. It's time to pursue other things. Um, and I would say it was a lot to do with Alexander because I mean the guy was well rounded. He just was. He was intelligent. He was fit, and you know he was intelligent in an academic way and in a practical way. He could apply it into the world, and because you know you can you can be a great poet. It doesn't mean you know how to game up someone. It doesn't mean you have charisma.
Mhm.
You know, it just means that you can write well. And he knew how to do both. And that's incredible. It's something like that small. It's just incredible. Another person like that, I would say it's 50 Cent.
Oh,
Um, I'm very passionate about this. I don't know why, but I feel like 50 Cent does not get the credit
I don't think so
that,
either.
that he deserves. Um, People don't even know how big of an artist that he was and still is. Like, I think he has the third, not the third, definitely top five highest selling album of all time. Uh, and his international presence, you can argue, is bigger than it is stateside. Um, Only for him to take that and to leverage it to, you could argue again, be even better in business. I mean, listen, there's enough rappers. There's enough rappers to go around, especially the low quality ones. There's a lot of businessmen, and he did both, and he's continuing to. It's not like the story is written and like it ended. He's still actively doing stuff.
So I actually know someone who worked for him at G Unit Records. She like finance for him,
Uh-huh.
and she's like he's the best person ever. But she's like he is so driven and focused. Right, that's like he walk in the room, you just knew he like everyone else knew when he walked in the room, he was the best person there. Like he was gonna like dominate in all aspects of business, rap, whatever it was,
Mhm.
he was gonna win.
Yeah, and it's impressive. Now, at night on Not Playing Town in Salem, I love to like just watch one of his interviews. You just I think he makes the interviewer job easy.
Oh yeah, he does. I think so
You just
too.
have to sit down, just ask a starting question, and just let him go. He starts freestyling. He's freestyling. He's in the interviews freestyling. I mean, that's what he's doing. He's letting his thoughts just flow.
So one thing I admire about him, that's probably not the best thing I admire about him, but I admire his level of pettiness, right? Like I aspire to be as petty as him. Like the time like Ja Rule had a concert, he bought out Ja Rule's concert so no one would be there, you know.
Yeah,
I think he's about to release a Netflix documentary on P. Diddy
yeah,
titled "Did He Do It?" You know, like you don't want him. That got to be your enemy, right?
yeah. Because yeah, he'll wear you down.
He's gonna go all in. Like
There's
he's still fucking beefing with Ja Rule after all these years.
there's Rick Ross.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you know what though? No one person he doesn't beef with. It's Eminem.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. He's yeah. Nothing but high things about him.
yep, Eminem. And Dr. Dre.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've never heard him say anything
no.
bad about him.
So you probably know this. Like a few years ago when Dr. Dre and his people did the halftime concert at the Super Bowl. Remember that?
Faintly.
Yeah.
I don't watch NFL.
Okay. So at the Super Bowl, there's this big time halftime performance. So it's Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg,
Oh
Eminem.
yes, yeah, I know where you're going.
And so Eminem told JC, I'm not doing this unless my guy's there. If 50 Cent's not there, I'm not there, right?
Yeah,
So you're gonna so that's why, 50 Cent, like, like that's my guy, right? Because he goes back with him, right? And I
yeah,
think we all need someone on our corner like that, right? Someone who's gonna go back for you no matter what.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Eminem. By the way, real quick about that, I don't know if you so like the from what I understand, the person that 50 Cent gets compared to Jay Z, and you know they've had like back and